Just before I introduce the speaker for the day, I'm going to ask Kalpana to share a few lines and get the game going. Kalpana.
Good evening, everyone. I, CA Kalpana Thakur, welcome you all on our today's episode of Friday Treat. An initiative this I shared in every episode, and I take pride in sharing this that we have started this initiative in 2023, August, 11th August 2023, and from that day till now we are Friday. Now we are coming up with a session on every Friday. And now it gives me immense pleasure to announce that we are coming up with a workshop for the first time. So based on the demand of you participants, we are studying workshop on fractional CFO. The details will follow on our group in our community. So stay tuned for that. Coming back to today's topic and our esteemed speaker, Dr. Megha Bansal. We are chasing her from last couple of months, and finally we got time in her calendar. Friday Fleet got time in her calendar when it comes to communicating. She's the one. I'm personally connected to her. I'm blessed to have her in my network. When we talk about communicating effectively, how confidently we can put across our thought, what we are going inside, what is going inside us without hurting anyone, without having any grudges. That's what we are going to learn from our esteemed speaker today. So like all of you guys, I'm also eager to hear our speaker. Unfortunately, there is a last minute travel plan that came in. That's why you can experience that I'm right now going somewhere. But as much as possible, we will stay tuned. Over to you, Sunita, and thank you so much, Megha, for accepting our invitation finally. Thank you.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce you all to our speaker, Dr. Megha Bansal. Dr. Megha Bansal is a passionate advocate for empowering individuals and organizations through the science of mind. Dr. Bansal is a distinguished expert in neurobehavioral science with over 20 years of experience in research, training, academia, and mentoring. She holds a doctorate from DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, and has authored numerous publications, books, including book chapters and over 30 research articles in reputed journals. As a founder of Mind Life Bliss, Dr. Megha has successfully trained and mentored more than 1,200 professionals, conducted over 50 leadership sessions, and delivered more than 200 hours of impact experience. Her training philosophy is rooted in neuroscience, enabling individuals to shift their mindsets, unlock peak performance, and build high performing teams. She has worked extensively with organizations like Goodyear, Escorts, Triveni Engineering, and leading educational institutions like Algotha's and Trinity University. Uh, Her sessions on mindset mastery, emotional intelligence, DEI, leadership communication, and POSH compliance have left a lasting impact across corporate, government, as well as academic sectors. Currently, Dr. Megha also serves as a Chief Skilling Officer at WIMA, Women in Manufacturing and Associated Industries, where she champions diversity, inclusion, and leadership for women in the manufacturing sector. Outside the training room, she is an avid writer, traveler, podcaster, and a digital content creator. Please join me in welcoming this dynamic lady, Dr. Megha Bansal. Today, Dr. Bansal is going to talk to us about assertive communication, what it is, and the need for it in our personal and professional lives. Without much ado, I give the floor to Dr. Megha.
Thank you so much, CA Kalpana and Sunita, for this warm welcome and introduction. Such an enlarged introduction, and now I'm feeling overwhelmed that I need to justify this introduction in today's session. So now it's a great responsibility on me because you have just carved the introduction and everything on such a beautiful note. First of all, before I move into the topic assertive communication, the first feeling which I'm having, I'm delighted to say all the female participants here in this group. So the purpose of discussing this topic, assertive communication, would be justified for each one of you. That's my promise today. Before we move into this topic, let me ask you one simple question. Whenever you are meeting with any stranger, just type in the chat box that what 3 questions you asked to that person, and please do not write what is your name. Whenever you are meeting to any stranger, what could be 3 questions you can ask to them? Do not write what is your name. Other than that, what other 3 questions you can ask to them? And remember, you are meeting stranger. Okay, I got one from Sunita. What about others? Just imagine you are meeting strangers. What probable questions you can ask? Other than what's your name? Location, what are you doing? Okay. What about others? Sounds difficult? Okay, Jyoti saying we'll smile. Okay. Just try to ask something as well, Jyoti. What will you ask to that person? Depends where we meet. Okay. So depending on your imagination, Neha, try to write. How are you? Okay. You are meeting stranger. Just visualize you are meeting strangers and what questions you can ask to them. Just use all your imaginations and your creativity. What can you ask? Be as vivid, as lively as possible. No restrictions. Here, nobody is there to judge you. Ask anything. Okay. So I could see the replies which are.
Recently, I met someone.
Yes, yes,
Just,
Jyoti.
just I'll speak something.
Please,
Recently, I
please.
met someone on the metro station. We
Mm-hmm.
were going to Sri Ravi Shankar's ashram, and she was also coming back. So she only started talking with one of my friend was with together. So I just asked, "How do you both know each other?"
Mm-hmm.
She
Mm-hmm.
was stranger. My friend I knew, but they both started, and she started very frankly everything. She opened to us very nicely. So I immediately asked, "How do you both know each other?"
Mm-hmm.
And
Wonderful, wonderful, Jyoti.
generally the strangers, yes. So this only came to my mind.
Great, great. And thanks for sharing this story with each one of us. So now I'm again asking to each one of you to look at your replies and look at others' replies as well. Do you feel that we are so restricted in our questions? We were discussing on a simple Zoom call, Zoom meeting, that what probable questions you can ask. Be vivid. Be as natural as you can be. Did you all feel that before writing the questions, you was thinking twice that what others will think when I will write this question? And how the person will take it to me if I ask this particular question? You are all are being so decent enough in writing your questions. Are you all observing this? Because the chat box is a way of communication between all of us today. Like Jyoti, if any one of you feels to unmute anytime and want to share something interesting, yes, feel free to share. But please note down your replies and others' replies, that how many times we take initiative to ask the questions and how many times we take initiative to know other people. How many times we show genuine interest to know other people without this fear of getting judged by the other people. Please ask these questions to yourself because these are the foundations of the topic which we are going to uncover today. I'm not saying we are going to learn today because the topic is so vast. So that's the reason I'm using the words. We are just going to maybe peel off some layers of this topic. That's what we can do in this duration today. So, assertive communication, again, let me ask one more question. Before I define this topic, what is your one line understanding about this topic? What do you correlate with this topic? And what are your expectations out of this topic? Today, after completing the remaining 45 minutes or so, what actually you want to gain? What actually you want to collect from this session today? What are your expectations? Let me have a quick chat of next 10 seconds in the chat box. How you relate with this topic, why this topic is important to you, what you want to take from this session today. Just type in the chat box your replies. Accordingly, we'll move on. Though I prepared a set topic, set flow, set presentation, but let me get your expectations and accordingly I'll fine tune it. The topic, why you connect with this topic. Or I can just reframe this question in a different way, that why you all have joined the session today, which was primarily communicated to all of you. That's all about assertive communication. Any one of you. To put my point across without hurting others. Okay, what else? What else? What are your expectations from this topic? Do you feel that you are assertive when you are communicating? If yes, then why? If no, then why? Be mindful of others' needs. Okay. What else? Whatever is coming to your mind, feel free to write. Your replies are important. There is no right and wrong. Just write. That's most important. First impression is the last impression. Okay. That we call the first sight love. Be clear, concise, and impactful. Okay, so I'm getting so many expectations from Sunita. What about others? We are a closed group, so at least we can interact with each other. Let's take the benefit of this closed group and let's putting up your queries in the chat box so that I understand each one of you in a better way. Any other point? Okay, fair enough. If anything comes to your mind, feel free to write in between the session as well. Okay, so now if you all are waiting for a structured session, so let me share a brief presentation, though we'll not be stick to that, but yes. Now, let me ask you few more things so that we can understand this topic in a better way. Is it visible to each one of you? My screen is visible?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so now again, go back to any situation which you want to imagine, or probably I'm giving you a specific scenario. You all in some way or the other working in your domain in any ways. Yes or no? In any ways, all are working in one or the other domains. Yes, all are working. I believe so. Now
everyone is working.
okay. Now let me understand. Imagine one more critical situation. Just visualize that tomorrow is your farewell party in your organization, wherever you are working, with whomsoever you are working. Tomorrow is your farewell party. What do you want that people should tell about you in that farewell party? Now, I believe everyone can reply to this question. What do you want that people should tell about you in that farewell party? What do you want to listen from others about you? Do we have any expectations from others that they should speak this about us? I'm eager to read your replies. Everyone's, in fact. What do you want? Any expectation? I wanted everybody to speak something very unique about me. Probably about my way of working, the way I interact with the people. What's your expectations? What should people speak about you in your farewell party?
What kind of a positive impact I've made in their lives, and how I've been able to help them achieve their
Okay.
goals and better
Okay.
themselves.
Okay. Mostly the good points, but now we understand the okay. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Jyoti is ready to listen the critical feedbacks as well. What about others? What about others, Sunita and Jyoti, other than Sunita and Jyoti? Use your chat box. That is the wonderful way of communication in the next few minutes in the entire session in all of us. What you want to. Okay, anyone want to listen such kind of remarks that, okay, in the good positive points, okay? Any such kind of points you want to listen about you, okay, you wear always smart sandals, you wear always smart footwears, or you wear always in the last few years smart dresses. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, okay, great, great, Sneha. Great, wonderful. Now I'm getting more replies in the chat box. Anyone of you felt that you are expecting that somebody will remark on your appearance, on your looks, on your way of carrying the things, or your dressing sense, or you are more looking forward that people will make points on your behavior, your way of working, the way you interact with each other, the way you deal with them? What would be the core area? With all your replies, what I am understanding that you all are talking about primarily the three core areas, that is your behavior. Primarily, the people would be talking about your behavior, not about your looks in your farewell party. Are we all agree with this? And that behavior will decide that how you are interacting with the people and how they are commenting about you. So now the most important question which is coming in front of all of us is that what is this behavior which I am depicting? What is this communication which I am doing with the people? Communication is a part of our behavior only. The way we speak to the people, the way we treat them, the way we make them feel, that is a part of our behavior. But do you think, have you ever met any person in your personal or professional life whose behavior is not good? Anyone? Just reply yes or no, don't write name. No controversies here in the session. Just write name. Don't write name, sorry. Just write yes or no. Have you met anyone whose behavior was not good? Or do you ever feel that your behavior was not good? Okay, Sunita met that kind of person. I'm surprised. Okay, you are meeting so nice people. None of them are having bad behaviors. Is that so? Or, okay, Jyoti, if I'm interpreting it right, you feel that your behavior is not apt sometimes. That's what you are writing. That's what I'm understanding. Fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough. Perfect. Sometimes, sometimes. Okay, great, great, great. Now bring that question to you. Whenever you felt that your behavior was not good, was it intentional? Team, I would be asking many things because that cannot be a one way communication. The moment we understand each other, that so that it will be easy for us to take this topic ahead. Do you believe that anyone or you intentionally you put that behavior in front of anyone, or that was something which was unintentional, bas wo ho gaya, you didn't want to behave in that way but it did happen like that? What's your feeling? Was it intentional or bas ho jata hai? I do not know how. Okay, let me unintentional. Okay. Okay, what about others? Intentional, unintentional? Okay, so I'm taking one replies as a unanimous reply what Jyoti has sent, that most of the time it is unintentional. We do not intend to behave in a bad way. Yes, we intend to behave in a good way, but not in a bad way. We all are agree with that. So when we are not intending to behave in a bad way, so why I'm behaving in such a manner? Now there are behavior which is visible in front of us, but beneath that behavior, there are two more layers, which I'm just marking here. The way you are feeling on that particular day, on that particular moment, and how you would be feeling. There is one more layer beneath that, that the way you was thinking on that particular moment and that particular day. So the assertive communication, if we all, yes, I have read all the chat replies. True, true, true. It could be the past experiences or the expectations, everything decides. But today, what we are trying to understand, that what if I can guide my behavior? What if I can channelize my thoughts and my feeling so that at the end of the day, I am satisfied that I have built a good connection, and the others know me in a different way, that yes, I am the person who always believe in a, I'll not use the word positive, who always believe in a constructive communications. Constructive communication means not just a fault finding communication, but a solution finding communication. So, the major challenge which we all need to understand if we are talking about assertive communication, how I can navigate my thoughts, my feelings, and eventually my behavior, which is the outermost layer which is visible to everyone. So, that is the core of communication which we all need to understand. जब आप किसी से भी बात करते हैं, so the first layer, your facial expressions, your vocal variety, that's all is visible to everyone, and that we call a behavior and the way of communication. But go just one layer deeper. If you are speaking in a certain way, why you are speaking? If you are using a specific tone, why you are using? What if you are able to design that tone in a beautiful way? What if you are the master of your vocal variety? What if you are master of your thoughts and your behaviors as well? These all components create a beautiful domain which we call assertive communication. So that is the whole subject, that is the whole topic. So let's see how many layers we are going to uncover today from this topic. Are we together? Great. Now imagine one more scenario. Okay, I'll give you so many thoughts to understand this topic today. We behave in two different ways. Okay, I'll give you one specific scenario. How many of you like to watch movie? I think on this question I should get maximum replies. How many of you like to watch movies? Not at home, not on Netflix or Amazon Prime. Just moving out and watching movies in theaters. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Many replies. Okay, so imagine that you made plan to watch movie with Kalpana. And you told Kalpana that, Kalpana, tomorrow we are going to watch movie and please book the tickets for all. Okay, that's the scenario. So what I want tomorrow I want to go and watch a movie, and one responsibility has been given to one, this name is quite familiar to me, so that's the reason I'm taking Kalpana's name. So one responsibility has been given to Kalpana, that she will book the tickets. Now imagine, what you imagine, two scenario. Scenario number one, Kalpana has booked the tickets and you all are going to watch movie. Scenario number one. How you all would be feeling? Can I get a quick reply in the chat box? How you all would be feeling? If she booked the tickets and you all are going to watch movie, how you all would be feeling? Very nice, happy, obviously. Obviously, that's an obvious reply. But imagine the second scenario. Second scenario is, your movie time was 3:30 and somewhere around 3 o'clock, Kalpana wrote a message in the group that, hey guys, I was stuck in some work and I could not book the tickets earlier, and now I checked, all seats are full. I'm sorry. What would you all feel in that situation? Quick reply. Your first thought. Don't need to be nice. Angry, sad, disappointed. Wonderful, wonderful. Angry. Be natural. Yes, I would be angry definitely. 100%. कि अरे नहीं कर रहा था तो पहले बताना था ना कि नहीं हो पा रहा था. Why you didn't tell? Disappointed. Wonderful. So the point which I want to convey to each one of you, the way we behave. Behavior is the last stage or the last step which is visible. My anger is visible on my face. My disappointment is visible. My sadness is visible. Or whatever emotions you all wrote. Maybe once you book the book, your happiness, your excitement, everything is visible. That's your behavior. But how that behavior came? That behavior, you was not controlling that behavior. You was having initially a specific need along with you. What was the need? You wanted to go to watch a movie, you wanted to have a fun. Now your behavior will depend whether this need would be completed or not. If this need is completed, you are feeling different and you are behaving different. If that need is not completed, you are feeling altogether in a different way and your behavior changes. So again, what point I want to convey to each one of you, this is the outermost layer which is visible. And we all are working, when we are working on our communication, only on this outer layer. We want to learn good vocab, we want to learn good accent, we want to learn good tone, and each and everything. Because that is the outermost layer with which we interact with each other. But before that, if you actually want to work on your assertiveness and your level of communication, so we need to go one step below. That what are my needs? According to that, if it is getting completed or not completed, I will either act or react. And that will become my behavior. The people may call it assertive, the people may call it aggressive, the people may call it lazy, the people may call it lethargic, the people may call it passive. But it all depends on my needs. And accordingly, I act or react. Any questions till now from any one of you? So how you all are feeling? What's your mood now? That is my next question. Let's check everyone's mood. And in the chat box, please type one emoji related to your mood. Let me check the mood of the audience. No writing, only emoji. No text, only emoji. The emoji which can define your mood now. Okay, no text, only emoticons to define your mood. What's your mood now? Okay. Oh my God. Kalpana, I'm so sorry. I just forget that I cannot continue this session up to 5 o'clock because I have an important meeting and I forget to inform you on a prior basis. So I'm not able to continue this topic. If I give this statement on a serious note, now what would be the emojis in the chat box? Be natural. Don't be so nice with me, okay? Be natural. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Perfect. Perfectly fair enough. So the message which I want to convey to each one of you, amazing. You're a beautiful audience. So the message which I wanted to convey is that our communication is primarily depends. Either we are acting or we are reacting. And this is also is not in our control. Whatever emotions you all have displayed just now in a fraction of second, all those emotions were primarily related to the need which you all were feeling. You all took out time today. You all blocked your calendar for this 1 hour. And if any abrupt reason come out in that way, so definitely your need is not getting completed for that 1 hour and your emotions, your behavior would change. So the important point, do not just work on the outer layer, which we call the layer of communication, which is verbal, non-verbal. These all things we know very well. So what happens many a times, the people start complaining that I am learning so many communication lessons, but still the communication is at the same level. It's not improving. Because, my dear friends, you are working on the outer layers. You are not working how you are acting, how you are reacting. You are not training yourself that according to the need, your replies changes, your communication changes. So that is the core which we need to understand when we are talking about. I'm loving these emojis in the chat box. In the process of learning communication. Are we together? Great. So the next thing which we all need to understand is, okay, before this, let me again give you one more scenario to visualize, because we all are working, so we can just correlate with these small scenarios. Just imagine that you are working in an organization. Those who are a freelancer, don't just try to visualize, just try to imagine. You are working in an organization, and if your friend is also in that position, try visualize your friend if you are not able to visualize yourself. So just name that person. Let me pick up any name from the participant. Poonam. So Poonam is working in an organization, and Poonam's head, yeah, Poonam's boss, Poonam made some mistake, and because of fear, she did not inform to her boss. And later on, because of that mistake, that issue escalated and it reached to some higher levels. And from that higher ups, the Poonam's reported head, the Poonam's first reporting boss, he or she came to know about that incident, about that issue. And then the manager or the head started just shouting on Poonam. Poonam was trying to give the explanations, but he was not in a mood to listen anything. He was just shouting and shouting and shouting. So if Poonam is at that place, or if you all were at the Poonam's place, how you would be feeling in that situation? Your replies will give a lot of insight to this particular situation, to this particular scenario. How you would feel? You are trying to explain your point, but the other person is not even ready to listen to you. You are not even getting a space to just pitch in your point. How will you feel in that situation? You can change the scenario in whatever ways you want. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Helpless, you will cry, you feel there is no energy, hurt and embarrassed. Okay, now let me ask a different thing. Can you all just for a second think about that boss or think about that head, that why he was shouting? He loves shouting. His hobby है चिल्लाना. Why he was shouting? What he was getting out of that anger, which he was showing to you? Why he was shouting? Any thought? Anyone? Why? Why he was shouting? Why he was not letting you speak? Any observation? If you have faced such situations, you can understand. The people even don't give even a breath to let you speak, to let me know my faults. Okay, what else? Think from, if you would be at that head's place. क्या आपके साथ कभी ऐसा हुआ है that you are shouting so abruptly to anyone and you are not giving them the single breath to speak out? That other poor guy, maybe your kid, maybe anyone else in the family, reacting for the loss due to that mistake. Valid point. Valid point. Sometime it happens. Work's not done. Repetition. Fair enough. Fair enough. But the moment when somebody is shouting on us, do we give it a second thought that why this person is shouting on us? Probably no. At that point of time, we are just focusing on ourselves. कि मेरे ऊपर कैसे चिल्ला है? How dare he shout at me? We are not giving a second thought that why the person is shouting. Again, try to see the need, act or react loop. There was some need which was not getting fulfilled. Because of that, we act or we react. Forget about the communications. Our communications keeps on changing the way we are reacting or the way we are acting. And how it changed? Because my need is not getting completed. So for me to understand the effective way of communication, I need to master the skill that I need to understand that what is my need. If it is not getting completed, then how I need to react or act, or how I need to communicate. I'll give you a different scenario. One more scenario. You are working this okay. In this situation, what kind of behavior or what kind of communication the head is showing? How will you name that way of communication? I'm shouting, I'm just banging on table, my eyebrows are raised. What you will call this way of communication? Okay, let me go to chat box. Aggressive. That's an aggressive way of communication. I'm giving you one more scenario. Again, because we all are working, so we understand the work-based scenarios better. You are working in some place. You planned that today you will leave early because you have some urgent work at home. It could be anything. So you in the morning only you inform to your boss that today I'll leave by after lunch, maybe 2 o'clock. And by 1:30 only, you need to leave at 2 o'clock. 1:30, your boss came to you and told, Neha, there is some urgent work and you need to do it. You told that, but I informed you that there is some emergency at my home and I need to leave at 2 o'clock. But your boss said, no, Neha, there is some emergency. I don't know. You need to do this. And after completing this only you can leave. And Neha is not able to speak. Neha just nod, put down her head, sit in front of system and started doing the work. Now I'm asking only one question. How will you name Neha's behavior? Neha, I'm just picking up the names from the chat box, so excuse me for that. How will you name Neha's behavior in that situation? She didn't speak. She couldn't speak anything in that situation. She just picked up the files and started doing the work. She knew defeatist, vulnerable. Her need is also not getting completed. No? She had to go back to home. She had to visit to her home. Her need is not getting completed. Why she's not getting angry? Why she's not banging the table? Why she's not having raised eyebrows? Rather, she just down her head and started working. What we call this kind of a behavior? Any specific category we put into this kind of behavior? Like manager's behavior, you put in submissive. Okay. So again, I'm just giving one more word. Behavior changes with power. Fair enough, Renu. Perfect point. Very valid point. So we named this kind of a behavior is a passive behavior. So I gave you two specific examples. One example of an aggressive behavior wherein I'm shouting, I'm not letting others speak. And the second example was of passive behavior. I'm not even trying to speak. That is the passive behavior. Wonderful. I like it. I like this comment. Great. So the message which I was giving here is, क्या इन दोनों के बीच में, one side it is super aggressive and the other side it is super submissive, which we call passive. क्या इन दोनों के बीच में can we have a balanced behavior which is neither aggressive nor passive, which is neither banging the table, which is neither just keep on speaking continuously, and which is not speaking a single word, not even putting up your point. क्या इन दोनों के बीच में कोई balanced behavior हो सकता है? If your answer is yes, so that behavior is called assertive behavior. And the language which we use in that behavior to matured action to that situation. Perfectly. So that communication we called assertive communication. It is as simple as that. In that way of communication, I'm neither putting up anyone's down, I'm not compromising with anyone's need, neither mine nor anyone's else. But what is the problem? When the people start understanding about assertive communication, they misinterpret, or they just cross the line between aggressive and assertive communication. That is the challenge people face when they start practicing assertive communication. How many of you, let me ask one more thing. How many of you put up your need, your requirement first before anyone else's need? How many of you put up your need first before putting up anyone else's need? You comes first before anyone else. How many of you have that kind of behavior or that kind of attitude? Feel free to write. That's a closed and safe space. Depends from person to person. Okay. 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 Fair enough. Is there anyone who put up yourself first? You first. Not many times. Scenario to scenario. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. You all are hitting the right chord. In assertive communication, okay, if you find any person who is putting up only themselves first, I comes first, mera kaam hona chahiye, that's it, my need are at the priority. What do you call such kind of people? Do you look at, I was waiting for this word. I was actually waiting for this word. Selfish. Okay. But in assertive communication, we strongly say that you need to put up your need at the first place. That is the first statement of assertive communication. So, am I saying that the moment you are putting up your need first, you are keeping aside or you are ignoring others' need? No, this I'm not saying. Keeping my needs first, it doesn't mean that I am neglecting anyone else's need. That is the subtle difference between aggressive, selfish, self-centered, and assertive. This is the thin line that we need to understand, that what actually being an assertive means. An assertive is not selfish. An assertive is not self-centered. Assertive is different. Are we together? Any questions? Any doubts till now? Because this is the most important, or this is the most doubtful section when we start discussing about assertive communication. And should I be self-centered or not? Should I speak about I or not? If I always start speaking about me, the people will call me that she always speak about herself. She has nothing to do about others. She's just looking about her needs. But if my needs are not getting completed, then I'm getting angry or I'm getting frustrated or I'm feeling disappointed. Then what should I do? What is the solution? And if I'm not fulfilling my needs, then also I'm feeling sad. Or probably I like Neha's approach कि अभी करो बाद में देखेंगे. So yes, to answer all of these questions, to answer all of these scenarios, that's a reason we all must understand the concept of assertive communication. Here what it comes, assertive communication. Now understand. Don't just go into the text which is there on your screen.
I'm not speaking, I'm only listening.
Question?
मैंने दिल्ली से पूछा तो दिल्ली ने बोला नहीं है, नहीं उन्होंने नहीं दिया हुआ, तो how are they managing their, I don't know.
Requesting all the participants to kindly mute your. Sunita, you can do it from your end.
आप उधर से
You are
फिर भी नहीं होगा तो देखेंगे करके, क्लियरली मना मत करो. उससे उनसे ले लो ना, उनसे मिल जाएगा आपको, अभी उनसे ऐसा करके बोल दो.
Okay, thank you. So, see, If I'm being aggressive, if I'm at the manager side, so what I'm doing, कि मेरा काम नहीं हुआ, my needs are not getting completed, you are not listening to me, I'm not letting other ones listen, I'm not giving even a space to other ones listen. You all told that it's a game of power. According to power, the people shows aggression. So this is all aggressive behavior. This we are not advocating at all, at all. But the example which I took about Neha's scenario, that she couldn't speak, so in that situation what we are doing, we are saying कि okay ठीक है, मैं घर थोड़ा देर से चले जाऊंगी, कोई बात नहीं, it's okay, I need to finish my work first. It means I'm not even giving any importance to myself. It's about you. And here the feeling of sacrifice come, here the feeling of submissiveness come. The people use this word a lot. You need to sacrifice a lot if you need to gain, or if you need to be happy, if you need to make others happy. We use this word a lot. You need to sacrifice. So sacrifice, if you are using this word for yourself, it means you are following this behavior, passive behavior. If you are saying, what can I do? This is not possible at all. I can't do anything at all in this situation. And you are telling yourself helplessness kind of a behavior. It means you are showing that passive behavior. It is not about saying no to anyone. It is not about as if okay, somebody is giving you some work and you are just keep on doing. In that situation, you will start developing a feeling of all these things. So submissiveness is not a strong behavior. It will not give you any kind of fulfillment, no energy. This behavior will also drain your energy, and this behavior will also drain your energy. You can also start feeling that the day you are getting super angry, maybe on anyone, or maybe you are feeling so frustrated, that day you feel कि भाई कोई एक कप चाय पिलाओ, just give me a cup of coffee, I'm feeling super drained, I'm feeling super exhausted, because you have drained your energy actually in that behaviors. So both these behaviors are biologically as well, just making you depleted. So taking all your energy reserves. That's the reason after being angry or after being submissive, sacrificing, you all feel to energize yourself, maybe with your tea or coffee, whatever you like. These are the reasons. So what today we are discussing, today we are discussing this middle way. What is this middle way? It is saying my needs are important, but your needs are also important. If we understand this one sentence, that is the core of assertive communication. It is saying that I will stand up for myself, but it is not that I will not be considerate for others. I will stand up for myself, I will speak up my voice, but it doesn't mean that I am demeaning others. That is the core of assertive communication. So that all we need to practice, or that all we need to learn. Now, the next question you all would be having, that how we need to shift little from passive side, little from aggressive side, so that we are at the center of our communication, which is the assertive communication, or which is the assertiveness. Are we together? Are we on the same page? That neither we need to be aggressive, nor we need to be passive. We need to learn the master art of communication, which is assertiveness. Here I'm just advocating myself, but not at the cost of anyone else's need. I'm neither sacrificing nor I'm being super bossy or super demanding. I know how to handle the situations. This language we learn in assertive communication. These tools we learn in assertive communication. So are we good to go? Are we clear that? One second, just a quick time check. How much time we have?
We'll extend it. We generally extend 5-10 minutes,
Okay,
15
5,
minutes.
10
So
minutes. Okay. So I'll
we are
just
good to. I think if everyone is patient enough, we'll be able to extend till 5:15.
okay, 5 to 10
We'll wait
minutes.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so here I'm giving a pause because yes, I remember Kalpana told me that there would be people's questions as well. So here I'm giving a pause. Any questions till now? I'll not exceed much. Any questions till now? Okay, so in the beginning, I told that we will not learn everything about assertive communication because that's a long topic. That's a very long topic. But we'll try to uncover certain layers of assertive communication. So till now, just let me read. So till now, what we have done, till now we have understood what is the extreme level of communication, which is aggressive. What is the other far end of the communication, which is passive. So how we need to keep on walking to the middle ground, which is the in-between level of communication, which is the most effective level of communication, and that is assertive communication. And nowadays, if you actually want to establish your influence, impact, your leadership, so we must acquire some basic traits of assertive communication. So yes, I know that we are running short of time. I'll discuss few points, few key takeaways, so that how we are, I'm just skipping this, we are clear that what is passive, aggressive and assertive communication. So I'm not going deep into this. Just give me a moment. Yeah. Read. Okay. So just understand few tools so that from today, after this session, how you'll be start practicing at least some parts of this communication. I'm talking about this. I'm not talking about submissive or aggressive. I'm just leaving this section now because of paucity of time. If I am practicing this behavior, and I'm using this word very cautiously, I'm practicing this behavior because this is the behavior, this is the skill which I need to practice to imbibe it to my core. So initially I need to practice it. Initially I need to learn it. So the first and foremost thing which comes in this assertive communication, my voice should be firm. Firm doesn't mean that I will be arrogant. Firm means my statement. Like I give you one example. How many of you have listened any good political leaders? Any influential political leaders? Can name any. I'm not going into the politics. I'm just talking about their way of speaking. That's it. Any good political leader whom you like to listen, not from their any political backgrounds, only from the way of speaking. Any names? Shashi Tharoor, Modi ji. Okay, perfect. So the word firm means my each and every word should come from, just look at me, should come from, not from the throat, should come from little beneath of the throat. We call it deep voice. Deep voice means it's a little heavy voice. It's a little stable voice. It's not the shallow voice which is coming just from this part of my vocal cord. I know there is so much to discuss about this topic. The moment I'm saying vocal cord or the vocal box, it is a Pandora box actually, which is fitted here inside your this throat. And many of us, I have no doubt in saying this, that many of us have not even opened this to more than 10%. Not to more than 10%. There are different levels which we practice, that from where I need to speak, how much depth I need to speak, so that I can establish that firm, that authority, that respect in my voice. So a lot to be done with your vocal cords and your voice box. It needs to be open a lot. So you listen any political leader who are influential, who are impactful, their voice is so deep and little heavy. The pitch is not very high. It is deep. It's a heavy voice. So that is the first thing which we need to practice when we are practicing assertive communication firm. The second thing which you can practice in your journey of assertive communication, give in your communication. I'm not talking about speeches. I'm talking about your day-to-day communication, your regular communication. It's a two-way communication. Always give a structured pause so that the other person can absorb what you have told, and at the same time you are giving them the space to ask anything. It's not you are speaking continuously. You are speaking, giving a pause for others to understand, and if they have any question, they can pose in some questions. They can ask some questions. So that is the second thing which we can practice. And one challenge which usually people face when they are, yes, all the replies. So you can just correlate what do I mean by firm voice. One challenge when people face when they are practicing this kind of communication, that I'm not getting, my thoughts are there, so many thoughts are there, but I'm not able to structure my thoughts and put it in an articulated way so that the people are able to understand what actually I want to say, because so much is going inside my head. And when I'm going into a two-way communication or any discussion or any debate or any convincing points to someone, I'm not getting enough articulations in my thoughts so that I can just portray my thoughts in a structured way. And in the limited words, I'm just able to put in my thoughts. So, okay, last point which I'll give to each one of you. For this, there is a very beautiful framework which usually we suggest people to practice, and that beautiful framework is, you might all have heard about this, we call it 3-2-1 framework. What I'm saying in this 3-2-1 framework, can any one of you give me any scenario now for which you have struggled to gather your thoughts and put it into the words? Any topic. So that I'll explain this 3-2-1. What is this 3-2-1? Any topic on which you struggled to collect your thoughts, weave it into a beautiful way so that you can convey your message precisely. Any topic. Recent, old, anything. So that I can use this example. Any topic of yours, otherwise I'll pick up any. Any one of you want to give any topic? Okay. So now I'm picking up the topic from the recent communications. For example, you are in discussion with someone and some topic came about that you do not know much about business. Don't talk about business to me, or don't talk about the recent stock market uh, trends, or do not talk about what do you know about business, what do you know about culture. If such kind of discussions are going on and you know many things about that, but at that point of time you was not able to put up your thoughts, so I strongly recommend this particular framework. How we use this here: one stands for one thing, any one statement which is ready in your mind to speak up about that particular topic. That's the reason I was asking topics to you. So if somebody is talking about business and you are having a debate with someone which is revolving around business or the share markets or anything else, travel, food, the current trend, safety in India, women's empowerment, anything, wherein you are not able to put up your point. So one thing about women empowerment is many people are talking about it, but nobody is taking the concrete actions. One thing about that, just one thing, so that your brain understands, okay, you put up one thought, now I have to go to the second thought. So immediately you have structured one thought. Second, two means two types, two ways, two categories, two modes, any two ways by which you can define that topic. So if I'm talking about business, though there are multiple ways people are doing business, but nowadays the business is falling into two main categories. The people are doing businesses in LL, this either they are doing business in the form of a freelancer, they are self-employed people, or they are doing actual business, wherein they are having the people working with them, the team working with them, anything. Anything which you can narrate, that is two types, two ways, two modes, two. So you start with the simplest and the low hanging fruit, which is one, then you move to two. By that time, you move from one thing, two types, two ways. Now your brain is getting enough understanding to follow that debate, to follow that topic, to follow that argument, or maybe the conversation. Now your brain get enough space to curate the thoughts. Now you come to the most articulative part of your discussion. Three steps, three things, three ways, three methods. I can suggest you three ways to come out to a specific conclusion. Pick up. Let's decide any one. You are throwing water from your balcony, it is coming to my balcony. I give you three. Let's discuss some ways by which at least it's a win-win situation for us. One thing I can tell about you, it is neither benefiting you nor me. And then I can move on to three ways, three methods, three steps. Anyone wants to practice now this framework before we end? Anyone wants to practice quickly? Who wants to be? Yes,
Dr.
Neha.
Renu and
Okay.
Neha.
Yes,
volunteer.
Neha. Neha, can I have you on the screen? Is it feasible for you?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Am I
Neha.
audible?
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. So Neha, can I give you topic or you will pick up the topic?
It's better you you give me the topic.
Okay, I give you topic.
I
Okay.
didn't think.
Okay. So Neha, your topic is travel.
Travel.
Start with one.
So I love to travel. It's very hot. It's like very hot in Ahmedabad, so I love to travel.
Okay. So the one thing which I can tell about travel is I love to travel. Two.
Yes, I like beaches and mountains.
The two
Two
places.
ways, two ways, two places.
Two. Now three.
Huh,
Try
okay.
three.
Three.
Three steps, three methods.
I think we need to plan financially.
Yes. Second.
And second, I think timing for everyone, for family members. If we are going with family or friends, we need to organize or plan in advance.
Okay.
And
Finance
third,
time, third.
shopping.
Wonderful, Neha. So that is the beauty of the framework. The one thing which I can tell about travel is I like travel. I like two different terrains, the beaches and the mountains. And there are three ways I plan my travel, plan my finances, just pick up the timing and go for the shopping. That's it. Your quick conversation is ready. No need to struggle with your thought. Do you like that?
Yes, I
No?
think everybody likes it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
thank you, Neha, for promptly giving your name. Any more questions now? Let me admit that this topic is quite long. I know I have not touched many parts of this topic, but yes, because of the time frame, I could just cover only few points in this topic. This topic is so vast, so vast. So my apology to each one of you that I could not complete many things in this topic because of that short duration. So let's plan someday, sometime, a longer session where we'll discuss more things about that. Any
Yeah.
questions? I'm ready to take as of now.
Any questions from the audience? So I have a question.
Please.
So, what one method you said is 3-2-1. That is when I am actually conversing in a professional environment, right? So my question is related to personal ways. So personal relationship, be it with your spouse or your daughter, right? So those are very, very um, argumentative. We can become argumentative sometimes.
Yes,
So,
yes.
specifically relating with your child, how would and if I have got to be more specific, teenage kids. So,
Mhm.
how can you have, or what should I be looking at from the assertiveness angle when I'm interacting with my teenage daughter, so that I'm not becoming too aggressive as well. I'm not going to the passive state and letting her get her way all the time. So, what are the quick tips that I can, follow to bring that assertiveness in my communication?
Wonderful question. And I believe that would be the pain point with many mothers here. If not right now, then going to be. So, yes, very good question and very important question. So, Sunita, the first and foremost thing which comes here when you are dealing with this age group, let them also understand the meaning of assertiveness. That is point number one. But at times it becomes challenging for us to make them understand any conversation. So, as as a mature person, I'm not saying they are less mature than us, they are also mature. But we need to bring anything and everything to a solution phase, not to an argumentative phase. Immediately, whenever you are finding yourself that you are going into any situation which is just losing out of your hand, immediately the first thing which you need to ask to your mind, the first and low hanging solution in this phase.
Okay, so
Don't
we
go
apply the
for
3-to-1 approach here also.
yes, yes.
Okay.
What is the first solution which is coming to your mind? You need to be, the first solution is you need to be silent. The first solution is you need to put up your point. The first solution is if they are so demanding, you need to show them any specific picture that yes, these are the financials. So, yes, that is the condition. So, no, we are not going for it. What is the first solution coming to your mind? Solution, not the question, not the argument, not the discussion, not the debate.
Mhm.
First solution. Because the moment you throw any solution, so the other person's minds also understand, okay, I don't need to be defensive now.
Right.
It's just like understanding the mind of other person. The more you start posing the questions, the other person's minds will go in a defensive mode because that would create a threat for them. So
Got
throw
it.
the solution first. Throw the solution first, make the mind calmer, then go into the discussion. But initially, when the mind is in a defensive mode, no cross questions, nothing. Calm that mind first.
Thank you so much, Dr. Megha. Anyone else has a question? No? So I'd like to invite Poonam, CA Poonam Pathak to give a vote of thanks and appreciation, certificate of appreciation to you to take out your time and share your thoughts and views and expertise with us. So, Poonam? Poonam, may I call upon you to give a vote of thanks to Dr. Megha?
If it is not so much formal, I have accepted.
No, I'll just say, so I think there's some connectivity issues at
Yes,
end.
yes,
So
definitely.
thank you so much, Dr. Megha, for sparing your time. It was a wonderful learning session for us. I really liked the concept of peeling the onion layers about the behavior and getting back to the need aspect of it, that whether our needs are being met and how we should be acting and reacting. And one more takeaway for me was the 3-to-1 approach to um, a constructive and assertive conversation that I might be having and how I should structure my conversations and dialogues. I thank the core team for enabling us to have a session and to our participants who have sat through these sessions and given us the opportunity to have these conversations with them. And lastly, I want to share the certificate of appreciation with you, Dr. Megha. Just give me a second.
And I'll appreciate each one of you for being so participative and Neha for quickly raising her hand to practice the method.
Just let me share my screen.
Yes, Neha, I truly take your words. Yes, I just rushed to the topic today.
And we would definitely like
Oh,
you to
very
come.
nice.
Thank you for sharing your expertise. And as you mentioned that 1 hour is not enough, so we are going to call upon you to come again and share your thoughts and give us an elaborate 2 hour session. So that is an
Yes, yes,
appointment
yes.
that we need to take up with you. Thank you
Yes, yes,
so much.
sure. Surely. I would love to interact.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for for patiently listening in and uh, cooperating with us for while we had extended our session timings. Kalpana, would you want to say something before we wind up the session?
Yes, thank you so much, Megha, for such an insightful session. I'm surely going to refer it again because at quite a few places that completely.
I think Kalpana, there's a lot of
Network issue she's
network
facing.
issues, yeah, disconnectivity at your end.
But yes, I'll speak to her.
Yeah, and please keep your calendar free. So we are going to ask you again within the next month if you can,
Sure. We
add a
can plan
time.
a structured workshop on this topic, definitely.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend and a lovely
Thank
evening
you,
ahead.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.